Yeah, can you hear me? Not really. I think we got to level 10. It's really bad. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that seems pretty abusable. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's why I think it's a little abusable. You know, like there's nothing wrong with dying, I guess. It's just a minor inconvenience. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm always scrapping my stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same as Fallout 4. It's just a reskin. Right now, I just wish there was more to the multiplayer aspect of the game so far. No, I mean like right now it's just, we're just tagging along. We're just in the same world together, but other than that, we're pretty much doing our own thing for the most part because, you know, we still got to complete the objective separately and all that. Yeah, some more like team dynamic. 'Cause right now it's just it still feels like a bit of a solo experience. It's just that, you, Ed, and Igor tag along, you know? There's not much, like, incentive for group play, unlike a game like, Conan and even Yeah, where you can actually work together to build a base and all that. And you can do that in this game. The only problem is there's, like, a very limited building budget. And if the player whose camp you're building on logs off, the whole thing disappears. Yeah, that's what happened last night when I logged off and Ed was still, working on the workbench in the base. He said the whole base just disappeared. So I mean, now I'm wondering how, if there's even a purpose to like team building a base. Otherwise, it just seems more like everyone has their own base, and you gotta do it your own way. I mean, there's not much as far as building a big single base. Yeah, that's a pretty big drawback for me so far. I mean, one of the biggest draws for me in Conan was base building. You can make a base as big as you want, and like people in your clan can actually contribute to the base when whether or not I'm logged on. I mean, that was one of the things me and Ed really enjoyed about Conan. It's like we were just spending hours just upgrading our base and all that, gathering resources and yeah, I mean, I don't think it doesn't look like it's designed to where your friends are supposed to help you build your own base. It's like we each have our own little base that we build ourselves. I mean, if friends want to help, they can, but I don't think it's really designed to be a fully shared base. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As far as like, doesn't seem like there's a lot of multiplayer in the game. It's just yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, just the fact that like even if we're in the same team doing the same objective, we each have to complete the objectives at a time. I mean, yeah, no. I mean, right now, uh, yeah, I'm trying to too. It's just that with my experience from Conan, it's sort of I thought like Fallout 76 would be something like that, but right now it's sort of there's not a lot of emphasis on the multiplayer aspect. I mean, not even with PvP, there's not a lot involved with PvP. I mean, it's not really that. It's just no one really seems to be interested in PvP. They're all either just on their damn pit boys or at a workbench. And it's so easy to avoid PvP because if you're not, fighting back, then, they're not doing all that much damage to you. So it's easy to just, just ignore it and, log off or anything, stuff like that. And the fact that you bring your camp and you log off, you know, I mean, like, I get it. Like, a lot of these systems are to prevent griefing, but at the same time, I feel like it takes away a lot of the the competition. You know what I mean? because I was sort of expecting the game to be like a Fallout version of Conan, but so far it's just it's a solo experience with multiplayer with other people, like you said. Yeah, I was hoping we could all like work together to build like a big ass base full of defenses and stuff to dominate the server, but I mean, like if you're building on my camp, you know what I mean? If I log off, the whole thing disappears. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's just my base. It's not really the team's base. So that's what I was. Wasn't really feeling that part of the base building. I thought, thought we could all work together to share one giant base and fortify it and be like the alpha tribe in the server. Man, if you can just the fact that you can just delete the base and move it kind of defeats that purpose. Plus, there's no server finder either. No, no, I'll still play it. I mean, hopefully, there's gonna be something more at some point as far as the multiplayer aspect. But right now, it's still feeling like a solo game. And if it was solo, I would have liked some NPCs. Otherwise, it's just really devoid of any kind of NPCs. Yeah, I mean, I get that. But at the same time, it's a little. Yeah, well, at the same time, it's a little lonely. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't even count those as NPCs because you got to kill them anyway. When you kill them, then there's no more NPCs. So I do kind of understand some of the early impressions from the gaming sites when they were doing little beta runs and publishing articles about it, saying that it does feel a little lifeless. I mean, yeah, post-apocalypse, yeah, it's supposed to be lifeless, but you know, it has to be fun too, you know. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it's gonna improve like over the next year or so. Because like games like these, when it's just the first launch, over time they get better with more features, and I'm hoping that's the case. 76. Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice if we can like rejoin the same servers and all that, and I mean, pretty much just make the whole game system just like Conan or Ark and Rust. Yeah, I mean, but like I think the way they're differentiating themselves is kind of putting them behind in terms of the survival genre. Oh, did you see the new Assassin's Creed update that came out yesterday? I mean, you don't even have to buy an outfit. You just change the appearance of your gear to whatever you want, whatever you've looted so far. No, I mean that's the whole point of the update. It just you yeah, it separates the looks from the stats, so you can literally use different gears looks while maintaining the stats. So now you can choose which gear, which stats to use, and which gear that you want it to look like. So right now, I just bought the same armor set that you bought, the Spartan Renegade, but I'm only just using the appearance of it. But I'm still the stats are still the same as what I've been using so far in the game. So which is awesome because I've been wanting to get that gear set. Yeah. Well, now you can do that. Just put on the hood. You don't have to change the gear. Yeah. It was an awesome update. I finally or your legendary gear. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to keep an open mind as well. It's just yeah, no. Yeah, already got out of there. Yeah. Diamond City? Yeah, I mean, just because it's post-apocalypse doesn't mean shouldn't be any NPCs. Yeah. I mean, when people say, like, it's supposed to be lonely, I feel like that's just an excuse. I mean, Fallout 4 is no exception. I mean, it's a post-apocalypse, but, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember building a base in Fallout 4, and I was hoping like maybe one day I can do this with other people, you know? We can co-op a base. Yeah, it's still it's not designed for team building. You can only no, I mean, it'd be nice if they can put in more players per server instead of just 24. I think we just Yep, probably. Also be nice to have some kind of animation to loot resources instead of looking at a log and pressing E, you know? I mean, I wouldn't say rushed. It's just, your typical Bethesda open sandbox style. It's kind of dated in like the animations and graphics and all that.
As Grafton's mayor, I'm
Yeah,
organizing a
I feel
parade
like this
featuring the
game would be
Grafton
more relevant
Ambassadors,
in like
local
2010
handlers. Come
as
see
far
the
as the
pageantry.
graphics and all
Spend
that
your money.
and
Well,
animations.
back from his fist, though.
Yeah.
Unidentified intruder detected. Beginning search.
Yeah, I mean the lighting is nice. Yeah. Yeah, textures are a little smudgy. I mean, this is stuff that is usually, perfected by mods anyway. But the problem is Bethesda is not going to support mods until like a year after launch. Yeah. Yeah, I had posted about it on Reddit and someone agreed with me. That's probably supply drop.
This is Grafton's mayor speaking to everyone in the valley. It's Grafton Day. We are celebrating our town and its beloved mascot, the Grafton Monk. He may look scary, but I assure you his robot handlers have him completely under control. Come, join the parade, spend your money, and make sure to donate to my
Yeah. Alright. You wanna get on Echo Combat soon? Wanna get on Echo Combat soon? I think you download the app on C drive, but you can direct your game downloads to the other drive. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, so what do you want to do then? I think it requires a download to the C drive, the app itself. Yeah. Well, I'm about to get on Echo Combat, so I'll let you figure out how you want to handle the application. Ed's not getting on tonight, so I don't think I'll be getting on. Plus, I'm still a little mixed about it so far. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep playing it some more, see how I feel after a few more days. So I was really, really hoping like it would have been pretty much what we were doing at Kona. But so far, there are hardly any similarities, and the multiplayer just seems like an afterthought. So I can literally play this game solo, and it wouldn't have made that much of a real difference. Alright, well, I'm getting on. Later.
a responder. So good to see you. It is such a lovely day for helping people. Attention. Fugitives should be considered armed and dangerous. Your objective is only making things orders for your short. Ammunition and other supplies available for all responders.